Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Welcome back guys for another video. In today's video we're going to play ASMO Food with a sweet addition from the popular expansion Wilds of Eldraine. The addition is Knights of the SWEETS Revenge. A card that I instantly liked the very first moment I saw it. Apart from the flavor of the card, which is beautiful, what it does is giving a win con to one of my favorite archetypes, ASMO Food. This deck is also very budget friendly, 150 bucks on card order. Thank you one more for your rental service. We are going to play the classic ASMO package with 4 copies of ASMO, as you can see, Cookbook, and Ovalchase Daredevil to get the engine going, backed up by other food-generating cards such as Gilded Goose, many Pardings, and the all-star MVP of this deck, Academy Manufactor. We also have Peregrin Took, that also plays the role of a drawing engine, and the Goose Mother, which is more of a meme than an actual card in this list, but I like it too much not to play it. We then have Sarinth Steelseeker to generate some value off of our food tokens triggers, and Chatterfang to give us another angle to put pressure on our opponent. And if we can't rely on the food plan, and last but not least, we have Finale of Devastation, which is key. In my first brews, I only played 1 or 2 copies, but man, I was so wrong. Every single time I played it, it felt strong. I felt like I wanted more copies, and here we are, full playset. Mana base is pretty standard, I will say. 2 Gingerbread Cabins to generate food tokens. They are forest, so we can fetch for them. We also play the Saga package to tutor up cookbooks, or the Shadowspear. Shadowspear I included in the deck. I saw other streamers included Shadowspear, but I love Shadowspear. She gives us the possibility to also play the Saga plan with constructs if we want to. And the lifelink is very strong, and also giving tramples to constructs is relevant. And since we can easily find the cookbooks via Finale of Devastation into ASMO or just ASMO, and Saga doesn't really have to take cookbook every single time. Most of the times, but sometimes you can even pick up the Shadowspear. Well, in the mana base, I was saying we have a breeding pool to play the Goose Queen, and that's it. Few fetches for forest, 2 Overgrown Tombs, and that's enough to give you enough black sources and blue sources to play ASMO and eventually Ovalchase Daredevil. We played it a few times, if I remember correctly. As for the sideboard, we are tuned against those beanstalk decks that are going viral these days, and against Tron, Amulet Titan, but also Hammer Time. And in general, we are going to hate the One Ring, which is not very popular these days, but still a strong card. That's why I put Tear Asunder in the deck. We also have a few Saga things to tutor up, such as Stormwood Script, Haywire Mites, Nihil Spellbombs, Pithing Needle, and no, Emrakul is not for the Saga. I just thought, is there a possibility where I want to cast Emrakul via the mana generated by Knight of the SWEETS Revenge? That could actually happen. So I included Emrakul, which is also very strong against Mill. Not a very popular archetype these days, but who knows, guys, who knows. Okay, we are done with explanations, and let the Night of Foods begin. Here we are for game number 1. We are on the draw. Sorry, on the play. We decide to keep. We have Saga. We have... yeah, we only have Saga, so... not much, really. Maybe I should have mulliganed. But here comes the top deck. I decide to go for the Saga plan this game. And our opponent is playing some strange land destroy deck. We go for the finale, looking for ASMO, which gets us a cookbook, which we are going to play. Discarding a Ovalchase Daredevil, thanks to his trigger, we can get him back and generating as many foods as we want, once per turn. They kill our Blacksters, we don't really care about that. We make our first food token of the day. The only negative thing I noticed in this deck is that you have to press buttons a lot to get Ovalchase Daredevil triggers. As you can see, we instantly played an Ovalchase Daredevil to put some pressure on our opponent, since we don't really have anything else to do. They have a Saga ready to make a token, which is only going to be a 1/1. We generate another food token thanks to Ovalchase Daredevil's ability, the second one we had in hand. We're going in for 4 damage, so let's see if the opponent's blocks with the construct. No, 4 damage. Knight of the Sweet Revenge comes in. We now play another finale, taking back our ASMO from the graveyard, because finale can look for cards even in the graveyard. So we now have 2 cookbooks, no graveyard fate. Here comes the Stone of Error, of course. And the Shadowspear. They cut off us off black. We don't care, we are still in a pretty good position. Many foods that we can use Knights of Sweet's Revenge with. I was carelessly using the cookbook because I wanted him to break the Stone of Eric, which he didn't do. They bolt our ASMO and they annully hit the Ovalchase Daredevil. We want to get one more trigger, a few triggers. And we are going to stack, or not, Knights of the Sweet Revenge. No, we didn't. I don't know why, we could have. Oh, and here comes the all-star player. They exile our graveyard. We don't care. We are now generating some value. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, guys. I love this deck when this kind of things happens. We discard the cookbook. I'm sorry, we play the cookbook and we discard the breeding pool. That's enough value. We are now throwing so many cards thanks to our clue tokens. Oh my god. We take the Gingerbread Cabins, which will generate us a ton of value. Oh my god, look at all those tokens. I don't think our opponent can do anything to stand against this. We play the Chatterfang. We discard the Saga. And the opponent just concedes because the value was... I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. But as you can see, once the engine gets going, it's pretty hard to stop it. The opponent had some interaction, 2 balls, 1 unholy hit. They broke us the black lands, cutting us off the red sources. They even had the graveyard hate with Stone of Erich, but that wasn't enough. Let's go and see game number 2. Game number 2, now we really are on the draw. Let's see what happens. We had a pretty standard hand, but nothing to do until turn 3, so we decided to mulligan. We have now turn 1 Gilded Goose, turn 2 Finale of Devastation, and maybe turn 3 Knights of the Sweet Revenge. Here comes the poke, of course. Gilded Goose must die. She's an enabler for the entire deck. She gives us mana and also generates food. The opponent plays the Saga, the Mishra's Research Desk, which is a strange card. Exiles the top 2 cards of his library, chooses one of them and he can place it. And it has a nerf. Well, we instantly go for the Finale. ASMO grabs the cookbook, generating some value. We have a token in the play. They break the research desk. And they find the Stone of Eric. Which is fine. They play the stone. They play a Pithing Needle. This is getting hard for us. I already don't see how we can do with all of the cards. We perhaps need a Saga. They take 3. We play the cookbook, which is useless for now. Let's see what I boarded in. Can't really remember. I boarded out many partings. I brought in Tear Asunder and a few other cards such as Haywire Mites. We played the Knights of the Sweet Revenge, but they have so many hate on the battlefield. I don't think we can do anything. I should probably have conceded, but I am a stubborn guy, so they make a huge token, which we can blow up. No, we can't. We can't because Underworld Cookbook is under the effect of Pithing Needle, so we couldn't use it. Here comes the Tear Asunder on the Pithing Needle. The Manufactor comes down. We generate some value. Maybe it's time to have a comeback. They can't break the Stone of Eric, so we can freely discard Ovalchase Daredevil. We blow one of their constructs up and we go in for 7 damage. Which they take, but on next turn they will have the Shadowspear on the construct. Oh, and here comes the Fury. That's annoying. And they stomp us. That hurted us a lot. I don't know why they didn't attack with an equipped construct. Maybe they just want to blow up our board with engineered explosives or Stone of Eric, I don't know. By the way, we just passed the turn. We want them not to be able to use the Stone of Eric, so that's the moment when we're going to discard the Ovalchase Daredevil. Blocking isn't really an option here. We go down to 5. We draw a forest. We create 2 food tokens. We attack with Peregrin Took. We play another Ovalchase Daredevil. They use their Mishra research desk. They see a Fury and we just concede. So let's go and see game number 3. Meanwhile, we played an ASMO via Finale of Devastation, which gets us the Underworld Cookbook. As you can see, we have a Tear Asunder ready for the Pithing Needle. It's not yet the moment to play it. We also have the Goose Queen. They break the research desk, they find an Urza Saga. They are playing so many sagas, while we aren't. Okay, here comes another saga. Cleansing, Wildfire, we don't care. We have a Verdant Catacombs in hand. We now Tear Asunder the Saga. We play a cookbook, regardless of their Pithing Needle. We go in for 5 damage. They're down to 12. They break another land. We grab a forest. It's fine. Fetch end of turn. Grabbing the breeding pool for the Goose Queen to come down this turn, maybe? Yes, here comes the Goose Queen. Generating a few food tokens via Peregrin Took. It's a 4/4 flyer that we can sacrifice a food once we attack, and if we do, we draw a card. This reminds me of that Kraken Hydra of Ravnica a few expansions ago, but this is way cooler, don't you think, guys? We instantly blow up the Seasoned Pyromancer with our foods. They unknowingly hit the Queen. Ah, such a shame. Well, we are now playing the King, General. Another cookbook, even though it's blocked. We swing them. They are down to 2. Yes, they are. We are so close to winning this game. They take 1 mana, they don't generate a construct. They grab the Shadowspear, another Saga. And then they concede. Okay. We won game 1. Match 1, sorry. Let's go and see match number 2. We are on the draw. We keep because we have both Many Partings and Gilded Goose. We go grab a forest and play the Gilded Goose, which generates 1 food token. We are probably up against our affinity list. Yes, we are. Facing our deck. Wow. It became popular really fast. I'm proud of it, though. We grab an ASMO, Finale of Devastation, we grab the cookbook, and we play it. They Decklist, monitor. Sorry, Ornithopter. We go with the Sarinth Steelseeker, we generate some value. We take a land with the Sarinth Steelseeker. We get back the Ovalchase Daredevil, we blow the Ornithopter up instantly. Many Partings generates 1 food, we grab a land with it. We go in for 3 damage, they play a Memnite, another Thoughtcast, and they conceded. I don't know why. Okay, let's go and see game number 2. Here we are on the draw. As for the sideboard, I boarded out 2 copies of Many Partings, 1 Peregrin Took, 1 Ovalchase Daredevil, and the Goose Queen, and they brought in Tear Asunder, Haywire Mite, and Pithing Needle. Let's go and see what happens. 2 Pithing Needles, we mulligan. We go down to 6, we keep because we have a Tear Asunder, Saga, and Sarinth Steelseeker, so we can do something on turn 2. They go Tidebridge tapped. We prefer to play the cabin now, so we can clear up to 3 easily without having to wait for the Gingerbread Cabin to be untapped. They play a Needle, which we don't care about. We go with a Steelseeker, hoping to generate some value. and the Enforcer comes down. But we top deck an Haywire Mite. We pass the turn. We want to play the Saga game with Construct. They have a Sojourner, but their hand is empty. We take 4. We go down to 15. We play another Steelseeker, an Haywire Mite. And they conceded. I really don't know why they conceded so fast. We really got a free win. If they were to draw a Thought Monitor, they could have snowballed into maybe Up the Beanstalk and more stuff. I don't really know why they conceded. I wasn't even near to winning. I could have blown up their Pithing Needle. I could have started to generate some value, but with the Ovalchase Daredevil, I don't know really. I don't know what happened, but thank you, random deck guy, to giving me a free win against my own deck. So let's go and see match number 3. Okay, we are down 2-0 now in the league. Let's go and see game number 3. We are on the draw, pretty lucky. We keep a hand with double Gilded Goose, Shadow King, and Knight of the Sweets Revenge, which is a pretty solid card if played on early turns. But our opponent, which is playing, I guess, Prowess deck, they have a counter. Temple Garden, probably Zoo. Yeah, here comes the Cradle. Meanwhile, we play the Gilded Goose. We go Overgrown Tomb. And 4 mana, Knight of the Sweets Revenge into Underworld Cookbook, and we pass the turn. They swing us for 5 damage. We are already down to 12, which is scary. Scion of Draco. We are pretty dead if we don't do anything. So Chatterfang, generating a Squirrel. Peregrin Took. We pass the turn. They swing us. They discard the fairy, they draw via the Cavu. We block the Scion of Draco. They fetch, grab a Stomping Ground. They Tribal Flame us. Double Tribal Flame. That was the fastest Magic the Gathering game I ever had. Super stout from our opponent. Here we are for game number 2. Also on the draw. That was scary. They won so fast. We keep a 7-hander. We go with the Goose, turn 1, which is a super strong start. Wooded Foothills, they don't do anything else. We go Finale of Devastation, grabbing the ASMO and grabbing the Cookbook. Gingerbread Cabin tapped, we pass the turn. Opponent fetches, Breeding Pool tapped. They draw. Sacred Foundry untapped and Engineered Explosives, which we don't like. As you know, ASMO CMC is 0, so they can blow it up with Engineered Explosives alongside all of our food tokens, clue tokens and construct tokens, you know. We don't really like Engineered Explosives. Our opponent is playing a defensive game by playing Tear Asunder on the Saga. We managed to hit Peregrin Took on the battlefield, which is the dice, of course. The Windswept hit for a Stomping Ground untapped, and the Cavu comes in as a 4-4. We still have the Cookbook and the Ovalchase Daredevil, so we might be able to get rid of the Cavu as soon as possible, which we did. We go into combat. Opponent has 2-3. They fetch an Indata Triumph and they kill ASMO with an Helix, which is strange, but that's fine to me. We play Shadow King and pass the turn. Shadow King dies once more, and they also Tear Asunder the Cookbook. But we top deck another one. They Tribal Flame us. we proceed to play the Goose Mother, the Queen of all Goose. Generating 2 tokens, 5/5 flyer. Of course he instantly dies to Tribal Flame. Oh boy. How many Tribal Flames does this guy play? I mean... Few triggers from the Ovalchase Daredevil. We sacrifice foods to play Finale of Devastation, grabbing ASMO. They blow up the explosives finally. But in the meantime, we grab the cookbook. Our opponent plays the Giganta, I guess. Yes, that's what he does. Giganta comes down. We are fine with that, I think. We top deck a Finale. Of course. We were pretty lucky too. We grab... We're not playing the Finale yet. We now play the Finale and we grab the ASMO and another cookbook. We blow the Giganta up and we go in for 2 damage thanks to Peregrin Took. Scion of Draco comes in battlefield. I instantly blow it up. Sorry. Now the king and MVP of this deck comes down, Academy Manufactor. So many replacement triggers. Him alongside Peregrin Took are incredible. I think I misclicked and I'm now generating more food tokens than I did, because you have to always put the Academy Manufactor trigger last, so you get more replacement effects. I go into combat and our opponent takes the damage down to 3. Our opponent has a Shardless Agent, perhaps cascading into a Kavu, which we can instantly blow up, as long as the Shardless stays on the battlefield, but we kill him. We attack and the opponent is done. We managed to steal this win thanks to the value generated via Peregrin Took plus Academy Manufactor. Let's go and see game number 3. Okay, number 3, here we are on the draw. We keep a pretty decent hand. Our opponent gets down to 6. We go with Cookbook and pass the turn. Opponent fetches an Indenta Triumph, trying to get domain as fast as he can, but he couldn't hit domain. Oh, rest in peace. Luckily we have the Assassin's Trophy ready, just in case. We even top deck the Mite, which is good. We decide to play the Sarinth Steelseeker and maybe get some value off the Mite or the Manufacturer next turn. We go Overgrown Tomb, Manufactor. We put the Knight of the SWEETS Revenge side. They play a Shardless Agent into a Bolt. Does. They swing with the Kavu, discarding and drawing. They discard a Tear Asunder and draw 1. We play the Mite. We blow the Rest in Peace. We pass the turn and we are open with an Assassin's Trophy. We get few triggers of the Sarinth Steelseeker. Another Rest in Peace hits the battlefield. Kavu and Shardless both attack. We Assassin's Trophy the Kavu, because our engine can still go in with the Rest in Peace on the battlefield. We double block the Shardless Agent, get rid of it. They play another one into a lightning bolt and they bolt us. We are now in a very scary position. We create a food. We play Knight of the SWEETS Revenge, which will generate other foods. We gain some life, just to prevent getting hit by Tribal Flames. They tribal flame the Manufactor, they attack us, we are now in a very scary position. We kill the rest of this, so we can kill something with Asmo next turn. We go down to 3. This is super scary. We create some foods. We create more foods. Even more foods. We now play Asmo, grabbing a cookbook, generating more foods. And we now clear their entire board thanks to foods. And we even have 1 food to sacrifice and gain some life if we want to. They Leyline Binding the Asmo, we draw a card of the clue. Maybe that was a mistake. They pay 5. And go with the Giganta. Yes, Giganta comes to the battlefield. But we have a Finale of Devastation, which can grab an Asmo. Top deck Asmo, so we don't even have to play the Finale. We generate as many foods as we can, so we can now play the Asmo and get rid of the Giganta. We grab a Chatterfang. The fastest way to win. In this situation, Chatterfang is better than Manufactor. Bloodbraid Elf reveals, of course, a Lightning Bolt. But they bolted the Asmo. The time is about to running out, because this deck has so many triggers, we lose so much time playing it, so we have to win, and we have to win fast. We get 3 from the Bloodbraid Elf. We get a Peregrin Took, so many triggers now of Ovalchase Daredevil and Knight of the Sweets Revenge. We get so many squirrels. Many more squirrels. We have mana, we can gain life, we are really not in danger. Next turn we can have the Knight of the Sweets Revenge kill. Only 50 seconds remaining. We have to do this, and we have to do this fast. We go in with a Chatterfang. We pass the turn. Opponent's down to 9. Let's see what he top decks. A Lightning Helix on Chatterfang. We're fine, we don't care. Opponent passes. We now activate Knights of the Sweet Revenge. Attack the opponent. 7 seconds left. Let's see if we can do it. Opponent blocks. We are okay with that, and we win with 5 seconds left. Incredible race to get the 3-0. Oh, what a game, guys. What a game. As you can see, Knight of the Sweets Revenge really comes in hand alongside Chatterfang. Because if we didn't have Chatterfang, we couldn't have won this game at all. Because we couldn't have generated enough pressure to kill the opponent so fast. So thank you, King Chatterfang, my general. Let's go and see match number 4. Game number 4 on the play against Silvos. We keep a hand 2 Sagas and the many partings, instantly generating 1 food and grabbing a forest. We pass the turn. The opponent has 7 cards in hand. Another affinity deck. It really became popular. We go with a Finale, grabbing Asmo, grabbing an Underworld Cookbook and passing the turn. They go to Citadel, into Welding Jar, into Aether Spellbomb. That is not my affinity list, because I don't play Aether Spellbombs, but Pirate Spellbomb, and I don't even play Frogmite, so it's a pretty standard-ish affinity list. Which I'm happy about. I think we can easily outvalue them Chatterfang to ASMO. If they can't kill ASMO, we can just blow up their entire board. Every single creature they play is vulnerable to ASMO. They decide to break the Welding Jar to regenerate the Frogmite. We swing with ASMO. 3 damage. They went in. Okay, opponent 5 artifacts. They play a monitor. They draw 2. We're not happy about it. Memnite, it's fine. Not scary at all. They go in with the Frogmite. We take 2. They pass the turn. We untap. We pair Breeding Pool, a Peregrin Took. We generate some food in order to, if needed, kill their monitor. We decide to kill the monitor now, but I stupidly killed the monitor because they bounced it back into their hand. That was a mistake by me. I should have waited the right moment. I go in for 3 damage and they're down to 14. A Springleaf Drum. The monitor they just bounced, they draw more cards, another on the top turn. A Saga, that is scary, and a Shadowspear, which is also very scary. On to the Frogmite. They attack for 3 damage, lifelink Trample. We take a mana from the Saga, by the way, in order to use Peregrin Took to generate some value in these turns. With all that mana, we play Knight of the Sweet Revenge, which generates 2 tokens thanks to Peregrin Took. We still have 1 floating mana. Thanks to that mana, we play a cookbook. We now generate an insane amount of food with Ovalchase Daredevil and 3 cookbooks. So many foods, yes, 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 always yield. That triggered abilities. We now have 8 food on the battlefield, which is enough to kill their entire board. And we start with the monitor. We proceed to the Frogmite, which gains them 3 life because it does damage to herself. Six life, sorry. We cleared their board, but they now play the most scary card they have, which is Cranial Plating comboed with Shadowspear. We just have to keep the board clean. Saga gets up to 2. We play Sarinth Steelseeker to generate some value. We will get so many triggers from Sarinth Steelseeker, hopefully drawing us some used card. We put Knight of the Sweet Revenge and another Sarinth Steelseeker into the graveyard. Another 2 triggers from the Sarinth Steelseeker. As you can see, it's pretty annoying. We grab a Saga, that's what we wanted. Another Steelseeker into the graveyard. Another food, other triggers. You see, in paper is really easier to actually to play this deck, because you can just say, okay, I use this card 3 times, and the opponent is just, okay, I don't have any answers to it. And you don't have to repeat the process every single time, so it's really easier. You see, with the Daredevil especially. We kill the Memnite. They create a construct, which is now a 6/6. Ooh, enough to kill him. We proceed to attack with both Peregrin Took and ASMO. I think sometimes I might be missing kills. I might be missing kills because this time, if I sacrificed the Knight of the Sweet Revenge, I could have done like 8 more damage and almost killed my opponent. I have to pay more attention to Knights of the Sweet Revenge, because Really, I could have done much better. By the way, we blew up our opponent's board, thanks to ASMO. We now create a token, which is a solid 5-5. And the opponent just concedes. They couldn't have done anything better than this. ASMO, if you don't deal with ASMO, and I have so many cookbooks on the play, you just can't outvalue it with an affinity deck. Maybe with Up the Beanstalk, but I don't think so. ASMO plus Peregrin Took plus a Saga, just too much value. Okay, let's go and see game number 2. We already had Haywire Mites and Tear Asunders, so 1 copy was enough. Opponent off to a good start with 2 Ornithopters, a Thoughtcast and a Welding Door, but we are also having a good start with 2 Gilded Gooses and a Saga. Opponent plays Craft Digger's Cage, Sojourner's Companion, okay. Another Saga, couldn't have asked for anything better. We passed the turn. I think we want to play the Saga gameplay this time. Opponent attacks, we take 4, opponent plays a Frog Knight. We create a construct token. We create another token. We grab a cookbook. We play another Saga. We play ASMO. We grab another cookbook. They dispatch the ASMO. Good move from my opponent. We have another cookbook. We go in for 6 damage. Opponent has no cards in hand. They take 6. And we are now able to block the Sojourner's Companion or the Frogmite. They just pass the turn, 1 card in hand. Not much to do. We play Knights of the SWEETS really, which generates us 1 food. We attack with both our constructs. We generate a token to pump our construct by 1 so that he will kill both their creators, but they use a Welding Jar on the Sojourner's Companion. They have a cranial plating, a Springleaf Drum. They equip the plating and they concede because they couldn't do enough damage to kill me. Only 9 damage, and on the next turn I could have done like more than 20 damage to them, grabbing the Shadowspear, playing the Haywire Mite, equipping everything, and it was just too much value to handle for them. Unluckily. Okay, we are 4-0 in this league. Let's go and see if we can grab a trophy even with this deck like we did with Affinity the last week. Let's see, guys, if we can do it. Okay, the last match. Match number 4 against Big Pap. We are on the play with a pretty decent hand with Gilded Goose, ASMO, Finale, Ovalchase Daredevil, backed up with a Saga. Our opponent only hits the Gilded Goose and is probably playing You Are Murktide. Yes, they are. Dragon Rage Channeler. We play Saga. Finale of Devastation, grabbing an ASMO. Using ASMO ability to grab an Underworld Cookbook. Using the cookbook to make a food. Yes, using the food to kill Dragon Rage Channeler. And pretty good turn for us. They go Expressive Iteration. They see a Misty Rainforest. They preordain and play a Misha's Bubble. Fine with that, they draw a card off the bubble. Saga up to 2, we swing with ASMO. They down to 14. Dragon's Rage Channeler now with Delirium. They consider. They preordain. Okay. They play a fetch. We create a token. We generate a food. we try to sneak in a Knight of the Sweets Revenge, which is the battlefield. We play another Underworld. We make another food token. We kill their Dragonblade Channeler. We swing them for 10 damage. They are down to 4. They kill the ASMO. They play a Ragavan. We create a food token. We create another food token. Yes, another one. Yes. We don't have the mana to play ASMO, unluckily. They block with the Ragavan. We can now play another Knight of the Sweet Revenge. They fetch. They grab a tapped Steam Vents. 5 cards in hand for my opponent. Iteration. They don't see an answer to my construct, and we win game 1, guys. We are just 1 game away to grab the trophy. Let's go! Game 2, we are on the draw against You Are Murktide, fighting for that trophy. We mulligan. We keep a pretty decent hand with 2 Sagas and a Gilded Goose and Knight of the Sweets Revenge. They Channeler, they won. We have another Saga. Gilded Goose and pass the turn. They fetch. They of course kill the Gilded Goose. And they play an Alpine Moon on Saga. My god. We have 3 Sagas in hand and they play Alpine Moon blindly on Saga. That will probably cost us the game. They hit Delirium, they attack. Yeah, we are basically done. We play a Peregrin Took, which I highly doubt will survive. Yeah, they kill it, of course. They proceed to swing us for another 3 damage. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I played the Saga just to see what will happen. I knew it, of course, I knew Saga will die instantly, but you know, I was just frustrated by the situation. They even have engineered explosives. At this point, it's almost impossible for me to win the game. They even see another iteration that hits a land. Yeah. We try to play the Chatterfang. We pass the turn. They swing us. We go down to 4. We untap with the Chatterfang. We swing back, sending them to 12. We gain some life. We pass the turn. They swing us. We go down to 4 once again. Another Channeler. We see a Sarinth Steelseeker and a Gilded Goose that can block one of their Channelers, but they dress down. So they draw a card. The Gilded Goose doesn't generate a food. We pass the turn. They attack. I can block one. Going down to 1 HP. And we lose. Okay. 1-1. Let's go to game number 3. Here we are, game number 3. On the play, we go with a cookbook and pass the turn. They Steam Vents. Ragavan. Okay. We go many partings. We grab a forest and we play a Verdant Catacombs. Maybe they think we have a Dryad Arbor. They don't. Fall for it. And they attack. They reveal a cookbook, which we didn't like. They play a Channeler. They have a cast into fire on my cookbook. Discard the Gingerbread Cabin to generate food. This is not looking good for us, I won't lie to you guys. They play another Channeler with a bubble, double triggers. They keep that card on top. They fetch. they unknowingly hit the poor Peregrin Took. At this point, guys, I don't think we can recover from this situation. They saw everything they wanted. They even flipped an Underworld Cookbook with Ragavan. They now take an ASMO, you see. We are almost dead. We go Manufactor. We grab a cabin, we generate some value. We play a Pithing Needle on explosives just to be sure. They of course have an iteration with double triggers from the Dragon's Rage Channeler. They see a lightning bolt, but they prefer to play the Rage Channeler. And now the lightning bolts, or they have 3 triggers. I think we are completely dead. They saw so many removals. I'm so frustrated right now, but yeah, this happens. I think we're done, guys. We couldn't grab the trophy. Yeah, and that's it, guys. And we are dead 4-1 in the league with a really spicy deck, I will say. Even budget-friendly deck, maybe. And thank you for watching, and we will now proceed to the wrap-up, looking at the list. Okay, here we are after the league, 4-1, pretty decent result, considering this list has some troll cards such as the Goose Mother, Chatterfang, and Knights of the SWEETS Revenge. What can I say about this deck? Despite the fact that it's really annoying to press all the Ovalchase Daredevil triggers, apart from that, I had a blast playing it, because ASMO is one of my favorite cards of all times, and Underworld Cookbook also, I really love it, and I wasn't expecting the deck to generate that much value with, you know, Manufactor, Peregrin Took, Sarinth Steelseeker. They were all great cards, and what I would cut if I would improve this version, probably cutting the Goose Mother in favor of one more Many Partings, maybe, or perhaps putting more copies of the Goose Mother into the deck, so that we can play and draw it more often and see what she can actually do, because we played the Goose Mother in 3 situations, if I remember correctly, or in 2 situations, and she died instantly, which I wasn't happy about it, but in that moment we had a 4-4 or 5-5 flyer, very dangerous for our opponent, so they had to kill her. Otherwise we could have started to draw cards anytime she was attacking. So I don't know, I will perhaps try again if you want me to play this deck again. Maybe with more copies of the Goose Mother. And the mana base felt great, Many Partings was good, every single card did its job. We have many 4-offs, and the only card perhaps I wasn't that happy about is Shadowspear. I almost never used it, but I think you must play at least one in a Saga deck, because you never know, even an ASMO with a Shadowspear on it, 4-4 trample lifelink, super good, so I think you must play it. As for the sideboard, I used every single one of these cards despite Emrakul, and they were useful every single time they used them. Graveyard Hate, Tormod's Crypt, and 2 Nihil Spellbombs. They were useless this time because we didn't face any graveyard deck, but you must play them. I don't have anything against Burn in my sideboard, because of course we have so many food tokens, that's pretty useless. If you want, you can burn Haywire Mites in against Burn, if you want, just to block and gain 2. And Tear Asunders and Assassin's Trophy. Of course, if this wasn't a budget deck, I would have played like 4 Force of Vigors against all those Leyline Bindings and Up the Beanstalk decks. but since we are playing on a relative budget, I couldn't include Force of Vigors. Assassin's Trophy and Tear Asunder still were pretty good cards, and won us the game against Zoo, if you remember. And that's it. Okay guys, thank you again for watching my videos. I saw that the first one, the Affinity one, already has more than 100 views, and I'm very excited about it. I couldn't expect anything like this at all, and I'm very happy that you're liking my videos. If you like them, please consider subscribing to the channel, because this will give me the motivation to continue posting these videos, because it really requires a lot of effort and time. I don't just record my leagues, but there's much more effort behind this. You know, editing and all of that, watching the replays, it's like 6 or 7 hours of work per video. So please, if you like my videos, let me know why. And if you don't like my videos, also let me know why, because I want to improve and become a consistent creator, and I want to put the effort in. And you can even join my Discord if you like to talk about brews, decks, and whatever. So thank you once more, and we will see each other again in the next video that will come out probably on Sunday, perhaps Monday. I don't know yet what I will play. When I find a nice deck to play, I just record it and post it on YouTube. So thank you really guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.